Yo, yo, what's good? It's your boy Cal. Today, we got the Larry Bird documentary. Some up y'all alley, up y'all speed. Everybody can't watch games. Some people don't like watching videos for a few minutes. That's why I make all types of videos for everyone. And I like watching documentaries too. So let's actually get a deep dive. This is gonna actually like allow me to fully understand Larry Bird. Like when I watched the Michael Jordan documentary, that helped me understand him even more. Like shout out to Joseph Vincent, by the way.
Who have only heard the legend of Larry Bird.
Here's Magic off the mark. Lakers have several chances, and here's Larry Bird.
His career lasted 13 seasons.
What?
I guarantee you I'll give
13 seasons? That's it?
100% every time I come out. And if I get a torn toenail or something,
Bro, him and Mike didn't. Bro, I think Mike was what? Mike had like 13 seasons with the Bulls, 15 in general, right? Cause he retired. Bro, oh my God, bro. And then people want to get to talking about LeBron James longevity. What?
won't sit out. I'll play as hard as I can every night. And I hope I can bring excitement to the fans, and I'll never
Hey.
give up.
Shooting, passing, rebounding, defending.
Larry Bird would put fear in me and everyone else.
Feared by his peers, respected by his rivals.
Everyone remembers Larry Bird, the iconic score.
And I
Ooh.
remember one of the first practices, he told me and Reggie Lewis, he said, I want to play you guys 1-on-2.
This is probably the best defensive unit out there for.
Ooh.
Pass to the legs of Sigma.
Yeah, he
Then
threw
when
it through
we
his
started
legs.
playing, he was cooking everybody.
Come here,
like
Jack Sigma.
talking and telling them about it.
Puts that in the can.
Only two other
Wait, that's a different breed when you can talk trash and hoop at the same. Ooh.
Players won the regular season MVP award 3 consecutive times, as Bird did. Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain.
The interpretation. Another steal by Bird.
Larry earned 3 consecutive MVP awards.
What?
The Celtics are on a roll. I never put on a uniform to go play a game.
With 3 seconds,
I put on a uniform to win.
Bird will try another jumper and hit it at the buzzer. Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. Larry Bird scored 60.
He was one of the greatest players to ever lace them up.
The Celtics never had a losing month during the regular season when Larry Bird was in their lineup. He was that kind of player, that kind of influence.
He played in the most physical era of basketball.
Your era
I
was
agree.
so much more physical.
Ooh.
And stuff was just settled on the court, and it was fine.
When toughness was required.
The 80s, when I played, there was a lot of cheap shots, and a lot of it happened after this. If you're going in and you get fouled, and the guy goes ahead and tries to, that's a free foul.
He gave everything he had, all
Whoa.
while hanging 3 banners in the rafters.
There's something about those banners in the rafters.
Diving for loose balls, sacrificing his body and longevity for immortality.
I can't change my style of play. I got to play like that every night.
Renowned for his shot, remembered for his iconic moments.
Not just the ability to pile up numbers, but the ability to come through in the clutch and under pressure.
Larry, legend.
And the fans started chanting, Larry, Larry.
Larry Legend. That's cool. Joseph Vincent. Wait, is it Joseph Vincent? Or Joseph Vincent, the GOAT. Aboard film,
Larry
whoever.
Bird comes from French Lick, Indiana, a small rural town with a population of just
French Lick, Indiana. I'm from Michigan. That's not that far.
over 2,000.
He could play, but he didn't have NBA stamped on him. He was 6'1", 135 pounds, super slow. But he could play.
Growing up with an alcoholic father and in one of the poorest areas in the nation, Bird's future looked bleak. But like with many of our greatest athletes, the pressure of poverty and despair forged a diamond in the rough.
Well, my confidence came from me shooting basketball by myself for hours upon hours. Thought I didn't pick up the ball.
Yo, that just gave me memories Look at that rim. My high school and middle school be having like the rims like cocked to the side. Like, is that a school thing? Cause the NBA don't have this. You just got a big old jumbotron. But what the?
Size going to score 40 a game. You could always count on a full house. We had 2,800 people in town of French Lick, and our gym held 2,300. So
Bird sprouted to a height of 6'7".
Them growth spurts,
In a
man.
close-knit community, that Bird acquired the work ethic and value that would build a Hall of Fame career.
Them growth spurts be
30
helping.
points and 20 rebounds a game.
well, it's
What?
always a very good rebounder in high school and college. I was always able to rebound. Always had the ability to seek out the ball and go get it.
This is bird country. Oh, this is bird watching country, but this is a rare bird.
When Larry graduated from Springs Valley, he did what any good Hoosier basketball player wants to do, play for Bob Knight at Indiana.
At first, Larry attended Indiana University.
But at age 17, Larry Bird had never been more than 50 miles away from home for longer than a weekend at a time. His stay in Bloomington
Look at that
lasted
red.
24 days, saying he felt lost and out of place. The local hero was headed back home.
He returned home, a disappointment to his family.
Why?
Let my mother down. She didn't talk to me for 2 months.
What?
It didn't matter what other people said. To this day, I don't care.
After dropping out of school at Indiana, Bird worked as a garbage man.
He was working for the city streets department when he got the news that his father had taken his own life.
Whoa, my God, bro, hold on. Man, when people, bro, what's up with these bro? I don't want to get deep and say the wrong thing, but man, these fathers passing, bro. Michael Jordan dad passed away. It made him retire. Mike Tyson dad passed away, and I heard he never been the same ever since. But Larry Bird dad passed away, and it turned him up. But it all depends on at the point of they life, because I think Mike Tyson and Michael Jordan parents, or their fathers, they passed, when they was already established in their career, versus Bird. Man.
The funeral, because I thought he sort of cut out on us during a tough time. But he went through a lot in his life.
An assistant coach from the Indiana State Sycamores refused to let Larry quit, pursuing Bird until at last he committed to return to the court.
Bird headed to Terre Haute and ISU,
a
school that never so much had been to the NCAA tournament.
Ooh.
Bird quickly made up for lost time.
The first thing they say, well, they don't play nobody down there.
Okay. Hey.
Once I started playing, it's the same old thing. He's at a small school and he ain't playing against anybody, which is fine. Still dominated. I started making these wild passes.
Tell him, Bird. Ooh. Hey.
Larry was a phenomenon. A big man who could shoot and pass like a guard.
This is bird country. Oh, this is bird watching country, but this is a rare bird. 33, the center, a 6'9".
Oh, he been winning 33.
Larry Bird.
Okay.
The way that I came in there and sit out my year and nobody really heard about me, and then all of a sudden.
Well, the jump shot was coming there. He's looking for it. What a pass. What a pass.
The press and the media come from all over to Terre Haute to watch our team play. I think that caught everybody.
What song is this?
You're looking in on a very frantic
Like that.
Gully area. This is the first time that Indiana State Sycamores have ever been on national television. And are they ready? They think they're number one.
It was good for the college. It was good for the community. And it was good for the players. Everybody involved. It was
Hey.
something that happens once in a while.
Look how he laid a ball. What?
In 1978, Bird was drafted by the Boston Celtics. Bird was a junior at the time and had committed to returning to college for his senior year. Most teams weren't willing to draft a player who wouldn't play for another year.
They could draft him a year early. He went back to school. The Celtics took Larry with the 6th pick, if I'm not mistaken, in '78.
The year before.
Right. And he went back to school.
That's right.
What? The secret weapon was no longer a secret to the rest of America. The Sycamores,
I didn't even know that.
In the preseason polls, Larry's senior season, breezed through the regular season unblemished.
In his senior year, Larry Bird showed the Boston fans why he was worth the wait. He led the unknown Indiana State Sycamores to an unbeaten season, 33-0.
He's Player of the Year. Sports Illustrated, all the magazines got he on the cover.
Right.
Oh, I get the 33 now. It's even more better. Why he win 33?
To the extent that he wanted to be a mystery. He didn't enjoy doing interviews. He didn't go out of his way to do them. He wasn't particularly good at them.
I start to read materials that you're very quiet and you don't enjoy talking to newspaper people.
Well, you know, there's different kind of newspaper people. There's people that try to push you. You know, there's people try to get things out of you. Things don't even pertain to basketball, and them the type of people I like to stay away from.
Bird had become a national sensation as he led the unknown Sycamores to an unbeaten season and transformed them into college basketball's miracle team.
Larry Bird and the Indiana State Sycamores. Bird leading the way with 23 points.
The first thing we wanted to happen was Larry to touch the ball. And that was our goal, was get it in his hands 75% of the time that we had it. And, you know, it worked.
Larry carried his team to the national championship game. And the dawning of a historic rivalry was set to take place.
Prior to that NCAA tournament, still was the most watched NCAA Finals game in NCAA history.
It was the most celebrated confrontation in college basketball history.
Senior from French Lick, Indiana, Larry Bird.
In my case, people really didn't see me play on national TV. I was from a mid-major school. We were undefeated and we're playing against a Big Ten champion, and I think it just caught everybody's attention.
Number 33 at guard, 6'8" sophomore from Lansing, Michigan, Urban Magic Johnson.
Michigan State was a perennial powerhouse. Their superstar, Magic Johnson, was poised to be the #1 pick in the draft.
You know, in that game that we
I gotta watch this. I didn't even know they played each other.
Still the highest rated final.
I heard of them playing each other in college, but I actually didn't know. Wow, and no, I gotta watch that game now.
In NCAA history.
What?
He's not a guard. He can play guard and play forward. Bird inside. College basketball's Player of the Year, Larry Bird.
Basketball's miracle team.
And they hadn't been ranked since.
That's right.
And they weren't ranked before.
Yeah, that's right. And we put 2 guys on him. We double teamed him. Right.
Anytime Larry Bird touches it, there are about 3 people in this area.
I'm surprised they didn't play a box on 1. You know, 4 guys on Larry and 1 on the other 4. Because they didn't have a lot of talent.
Larry Bird using his left hand. Remember, he has a
He is a pure hooper.
Rebound Donnelly. The secondary players are not hitting that perimeter shot. Oh, Bird! Great play by Bird. And he saves it. That was an alley-oop pass almost, trying to get it into Calqc.
Though he came up short of winning it all, Bird had established himself among the fans.
Man, I gotta do so much homework.
I thought you did a great job on Larry Bird in the zone, denying him the ball.
How fitting. He goes to the Celtics. You go to the Lakers. And we know this rivalry in the 60s. That was the basketball.
A statue was erected in honor of Bird's historic college run.
Bird had been drafted by Boston in 1978 as a junior eligible. His impact on the Celtics was immediate and palpable.
When I first came to Boston, they had a couple bad years there, and it was sort of rebuilding time. They came in with a new coach, and I didn't know what to expect. All I wanted to do was go out and play every game and play hard and see what happened.
National Basketball Association, in its 33rd season, is troubled by diminishing crowds and declining television ratings, signs that fan interest may be waning.
The NBA was struggling as viewership plummeted year after year.
One of the rule changes that the fans are so interested.
Dude, so the NBA viewership went down after, because you got to think about it, when Bird getting drafted and stuff, that's the ABA. The ABA came through, what, 73? Something like that, in the 70s, with Dr. J, and Moses, and who else was in the ABA? I don't know if George Gervin was in there, but
Yeah, of course, it's the three-point play this year. Yeah, it's going to add another dimension. It's going to be exciting to the Devil, actually.
Bird made the jump to the pros, joining the Celtics, who had drafted him last year. Excitement for Larry's pro debut was intensified.
But once I got to the Celtics, the one thing I really remember about the first game is somebody let a dove out, or a pigeon, a white bird. And I knew right then that it was something special.
When Larry Bird made his NBA debut, a fan released a dove, which majestically flew across the garden.
And the fans started chanting, Larry, Larry.
Larry Bird comes into a standing ovation here at the Boston Garden.
He was a savant on the court, like just a savant, like 2 plays ahead on everything.
wow. That's a good pass. And he's 6'10", doing all this.
Larry would indeed salvage and restore the pride of the Boston Celtics.
Bird along the baseline, underneath to Maxwell.
Ooh.
The Celtics were a last-place team, fresh off their worst season in 30 years.
There he is. Crash.
They look to Bird as a savior of sorts. Diving for loose balls, laying it all out. Who knew this 21-year-old kid from Indiana would be the cornerstone for a franchise and help elevate the NBA to new heights?
Oh, yeah. Oh, come here. He just rocked him.
It didn't take long for Larry's all-in attitude to endear him to fans.
7-foot shot is still working, and there's the Bird. Could be Rookie of the Year and maybe Most Valuable Player.
He's also the leading scorer on the Celtics now, 21.5 points a game.
Well, gee whiz, Larry Bird, I think is the best. He's just the very best.
Hey!
Involving all of his teammates, the Celtics saw a dramatic turnaround from the year prior.
Leading the Celtics to the largest single-season turnaround in NBA history.
The 80s looked bright for Boston. Thanks to the star power of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, the NBA
he
was
is
soaring.
Whoa, nah.
I think the adjustments come pretty quick.
He walking.
I'm very happy with the way things turned out in Boston, because it's been very easy. All I do is show up, play basketball, and things have been going well on the court, and so everything else takes care of itself.
The Celtics have lost only 18 games all year long.
The Celtics won 61 games in Bird's rookie season.
The year before Bird's arrival, the Celtics had gone 29-53. But with Bird as a rookie, the team improved to 61-21, capturing the league's best record.
Bird averaged 21 points and 10 rebounds a game that season and was voted Rookie of the Year. He had turned the franchise around. His clutch play would become the stuff of which, well, legends are made.
Bird was named Rookie of the Year, beating out Magic Johnson for the honor.
It's always great to play with great players. It makes the game a lot easier. The one thing that we did my second year, we picked up Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale.
In 1980, when the Boston Celtics traded for Robert Parrish and a draft pick which became Kevin McHale, no one could have imagined the glory and camaraderie to follow.
Tiny to Bird, behind the back to
Hey.
To support Bird, the Celtics acquired Robert Parrish and drafted Kevin McHale.
Brito Box could be the greatest GM ever was.
quickly ahead to Bird,
Ooh.
behind the back move. Dumps it to Parrish. Yes.
Kevin McHale's don't come around very often. And Robert Parrish. And
With Bird setting the tone, the Celtics played with furious intensity.
Jelly. Boy. Yeah, he set the tone for Mike for sure.
And they scored
Because I see Mike do the same thing.
He was the key.
A lot of the
That
same
made the
stuff.
team run.
The best player on this team, without question, was Larry Bird.
Bird's game elevated even further.
I get
in
why
his
so
second
much
season
respect
as
to
he got
Bird.
his NBA legs beneath him.
Suffice it to say, there may never be another front line to compare in greatness with the big three of Bird, Parrish, and McHale.
Oh, there's Max on the offensive board on the cut to Bird.
Oh my God.
How did he make that one?
How did he make that? I gotta see.
Gonna shoot it.
Can I pause this? 17:38. I have to see that. I'm sorry. I was gonna avoid just 17:24.
With the big three.
I gotta see that, bro. Sorry. Hey. Oh, I can't wait to get my new keyboard, bro. I'm finna be. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to get my new keyboard, bro. Ooh.
We had a team there when we won in '81. I thought we was gonna win 5 or 6 in a row. We had that much talent.
Boston seemed destined for
Bro, Larry, you the GOAT, bro.
His first championship, how does he get there?
All right, let's see where Quinn goes with it. Larry posts up to the hoop.
Hey.
In the playoffs, Bird quieted any concerns about the Celtics' youth and inexperience.
1981.
Larry Bird, 24 points, 10 assists, and he just makes it look easy.
Sweeping the Bulls in the first round.
Larry Bird. Bird in there again with
Oh,
another
no.
rebound. He had 17 of them.
1981. Averaging 24.
Like
30.
all the stuff that Jordan doing, Jokic doing, and Luka doing, Bird is doing. Literally any player that I can think of. You know, obviously Mike can do everything, but this is before Mike. This is before Mike. Mike was in college, high school, but this is before Mike. Oh my, bro, this is. I'm lost for words, bro.
13-7.
The Celtics were primed to make a run at history.
Ah, it's hitting me now, bro, because man. The fact that y'all get to see this, y'all saw this growing up, y'all saw this live. Some of y'all, I know some people didn't, but my grandpa and all them saw this, man. This is crazy. Uncles and stuff, you know? Imagine watching. I'd be going nuts if I saw Larry Bird live. I already know.
But Dr. J's Sixers seemed to have the Celtics number.
Hey.
Bird's Celtics found themselves down 3-1. It was time to put up or shut up.
But that title and their hopes for a new Celtic dynasty are in jeopardy tonight. Down 3-1 to Philadelphia.
Any adjustments made from Game 4 to Game 5?
From Game 5 on, the Celtics seemed like a new team.
Game 5, Larry Bird had, facing elimination, 32, 11, 5, 3, and 2.
That's crazy.
Larry Bird just hit a lightning quick pass at the right moment to tie
For
it.
Bird, impacting the game on both ends was paramount.
Collins pulls up. Bird with a rebound and a loop.
Fighting for rebounds.
It's over. The Boston Celtics, who are down by 6 points with 1:28 to go, and Bill Fix is a winner tonight.
Right. Every time somebody puts out a top 5 that doesn't have Larry in it, I kind of go, what are we doing? You know, I think we sleep on him because he wasn't a highlight dunker. He was amazing.
And we were down 3-1, and we won Game 5 in Boston.
If you like hoops, you know how good Larry is. I hate when people, oh, he was slow. Oh, he was this. Oh, he was that. Man, bro. So many people lied to me, bro. That's why I'm doing my homework. This channel is about me and doing my homework.
To go 3-2.
An incredible atmosphere, electricity, capacity.
And GTA, but GTA is boring right now, and we waiting on GTA 6.
Game 6, he had 25, 16, 4, 2, and 2.
Down by 12, they need a rally. Bird comes off.
Ooh.
There were 5 games decided by, I want to say 7 points in that series. So we knew it was going to be nip and tuck all the way to the end.
Bird goes up, the basket counts and a foul. Larry Bird.
Hey.
Man, I really miss 80s basketball.
I need to watch this.
The Celtics try to keep it alive.
Tempers were hot.
Yeah, don't touch him. Yeah, don't touch him.
The shooting part.
I don't know you.
The workman part. That's why the man is so special. He plays this game with such total dedication.
This the cocaine and jive turkey era. No, jive turkey probably like 70s. This Bird is the
back
GOAT.
to tie the series. Larry had forced a Game 7 back in Boston.
And with this victory, Larry Bird, who paced Boston with 25 points and 16 rebounds, could feel a definite shift in momentum.
We felt it really shocked him. It really tore him apart because now it's 3-3 and we're coming back to the Garden.
And you gotta think about Bird, right? I mean, yeah, Bird, but Mike be there. Michael Jordan literally still to this day, bro, he's still the best player ever. So that's why I was saying, like, you know, before Jordan, this is the man right here. And you know, in the 60s and 70s, there was Wilts and Kareems, but this the man right here.
And that was just a game. Whoever had the most guts and the most determination.
And some people will argue that he was the man while Mike was in the league. I'm not even finna go there with. Look, ain't nobody touching Mike. But this is Bird. We ain't here to talk down on Bird. We here to uplift him.
Nation was going to win that game.
Go back to Boston, and there's people like there's the like I didn't realize that because I'm new to Boston. It's my first year being out there. 18 minutes before the game, we went out to warm up. There wasn't an empty seat, and there wasn't one person standing, and they stood the whole game.
It all came down to one game.
Oh, they was lit
The
then.
Boston Garden is a curious mix, void of modern conveniences, but equipped with a brash personality.
The Boston Garden tucked between the Central Artery and the old Madison Hotel.
They're down 3-1 in this series. And Game 7, 23-11, 5-5 and 2.
And you mentioned Larry Bird. When it comes down to the crunch, he's always there.
So far, he's been the outstanding player of the series. You can't play much better than Larry Bird has played.
The 76ers got out to an early lead once again, but
man,
willed his team back.
He had the ability to lift his game to an even higher level just when his team needed it the most.
Oh, bro, he's so crafty.
Nothing could stop Bird at this point.
It's off. They go to Bird, isolated with Jay. Spins around him.
Oh, yeah, show Dot. How we finna get down? He's snagging.
He was on, and when Bird was on, the Celtics won.
Bobby hitting outside and no good. Bird the rebound. Boston will try to tie it under 3 minutes to play. Larry Bird. Foul. He's fouled as he goes in with 2:51.
Bird carried the Celtics across the finish line, making clutch play after clutch play.
Bird's foul shots knocked the score at 89.
Dawkins goes in, misses. Here comes Bird out of the pack. 1:05 to go. Larry Bird.
Celtic domination was attributed to Larry Bird.
It's the outside shot. You have to hit the outside shot under these conditions.
Who virtually willed the game in Boston State.
The win sent the Boston fans into a frenzy.
Here it is. It's over. The Boston Celtics have won it.
Look how much fun it look in there, bro. Oh man, that looks so fun, bro.
They come back and win game 5, 6, and 7.
A scene unlike any you could ever see today.
Tremendous emotion, a great series with great players.
And a lot of people used to say, like, people used to tell me Larry Bird couldn't dunk at all, bro. He can't. What? Man,
Basketball from basketball.
that's
now
crazy.
great for Boston. That also will be a great series.
That was probably the best games I ever played in my life. It was a 7-game series, and every one of them was just full of excitement.
Man, he played with IQ,
Coming
bro.
back from the brink of defeat, Bird and the Celtics had overcome a 3-1 hole and were headed to the NBA Finals. In the finals, the Celtics would face off with the Houston Rockets.
Boston would like to cut this to a one-point game.
Larry Bird has been outthinking opponents all season long. The variety of categories in which he leads his team is evidence of his remarkable all-around skill.
Larry Bird.
Nice. That is crazy. Boy, I'd be so mad, Larry Bird doing all this on me. Pause.
That was the spark.
Ooh.
Bird took control of the game in a dazzling display of all-around skill.
In just his second year, Bird had taken the last place Celtics all the way to the top.
He's nice.
And then game 6 of the finals against Moses in Houston with the title on the line had 27, 13, and 5.
1:47. You see the time. Archibald, Henderson on him. Tiny will come back out and reset. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Larry Bird wants a three-pointer. A three-point shot by Larry Bird. He's hit 3 of them down the stretch. I don't know if you can have any more ice water in your veins than he's shown in this game. 27 points for Bird.
Who they playing? Magic now?
You see 2 seconds. 1.
Nah.
The world champion.
Oh yeah, it is, man. Yeah. Because Magic won his rookie year.
And they have become the 14 flag winners for the Boston Garden.
81 was a big thrill. It was a tough series. Moses was on a tear all year, and you win that first championship. That's very special.
For Bird, it felt like just the beginning.
For the 14th time, the Celtics have brought the NBA World Championship home to Boston. And thousands of fans mobbed Logan Airport this afternoon to greet the young sports heroes with champagne, beer, and cheers.
Champagne, beer, and cheers. I don't even know what beer tastes
They
like.
celebrated the title in style. Thousands flooded the streets to cheer the Celtics.
Whoever said winning isn't everything, it's the only thing, apparently had today's citywide celebration in mind, where estimates of 40 to 50,000 screaming fans showed their appreciation.
When we won our first championship, I told our team, I said, we got to win at least 4 or 5 of these things or we didn't do our job. Because I always thought that we left them on the table.
Well, I spent about 2 minutes up in Mayor White's office, and all them people up there dudes running around asking for autographs. Now I know why they're on bankrupt.
After we won the championship in '81, I feel like we had a good enough team where we could start a destiny and win a lot of championships. Unfortunately, there for 3 years we didn't do much, but from '84 on, we played pretty well.
He was the biggest star in the sport.
You know, every time you pick up a magazine, there's an article on Larry Bird. The one Sports Illustrated comes to mind. It's a living legend.
The next season, the Celtics were the best team.
Man, he almost like the perfect player, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's tall, too.
28 seconds. Bird slap pass to Archibald. Probably with a little off balance.
He know how to use his height, bro. Man.
The steal behind the
Boy, he's so good.
Because I feel that if it comes down to the last shot of the game, I should be the one to be able to take it.
Count it down with me.
Bird had become known as the
Oh, this
best
one to be
closer
painful to
in the
watch.
game.
Puts it on the floor.
My
We're down to
Pistons.
6. Bird in the corner.
Oh, oh my Lord. Oh my God. Oh my
Killer
God.
who thrived in the clutch.
He had a quality that went beyond his skills. He was a winner. He was a champion.
I've seen many of those as a Pistons fan.
Bird a runner. Yes.
Bird was better than ever in the postseason.
Finds Bird. Won't go. Bird the rebound.
Oh
Over his head to
no.
McHale.
Probably making a pass that, like I say, is a group of people standing there and think about it in
Ooh.
their mind and all of a sudden doing it.
He had the ability to lift his game to an even higher level just when his team needed it the most.
Hey.
And that's what defines greatness in any athlete. Not just the ability to pile up numbers, but the ability to come through in the clutch and under pressure.
Glass? Man. This can't be real, bro. This is actually
The Celtics
real.
ran into their rival, the 76ers, yet again.
Playing for the Boston Celtics was the highlight of my life.
Excuse me, Jay, and Jay gets it started. There's the
Nice,
first
Doc.
basket of the game.
And Larry, he holds down a lot of his talent to benefit the team a lot too. And
Strong move to the hoop by Larry Bird of the Celtics.
He just caught a body.
Despite another great series from Bird,
It's 3-on-1. Irving.
the Celtics would come up short against Dr. J's 76ers.
Okay,
The
Doc.
Sixers are now within 9. McHale will put it in play for the Celtics. 2:20 left, third quarter, 81-60, Boston. Bird is the man. Fall away. Oh, wow.
Ah,
In a moment
nah,
that
bro.
highlighted the Boston fans' disdain for LA, they cheered the 76ers in the Garden.
And then something unique happens. From the Boston crowd comes a ceaseless pounding chant.
You heard the crowd is chanting to the Sixers. Beat
I ain't never saw nobody play like this besides Mike.
Jim Harrington, executive producer. Michael Burks, our producer.
82, I still feel like that was one of the lost titles from that era.
We always had good teams,
Yeah.
and it always seems like injuries got in our way, which it does for a lot of teams.
The 76ers didn't beat LA. Magic Johnson, Bird's rival, had captured a second title.
I grew up, as we all did, being a Laker fan.
Yeah.
But I patterned my whole game how I wanted to play and approach after this man.
Bird was hitting his prime.
he keeps getting better and better.
Larry Bird.
And when that little picture machine starts going off, he's in a world of his own.
A wild shot. And Maxwell.
Oh my God.
It counts and a foul.
And that was a heads-up spectacular play by Larry Bird.
And there isn't anybody in the world that's going to stop him. And when he gets it going like that, it's awesome.
It was so much fun to play with this guy. First of all, you get yourself involved in a game, and this you would get caught looking at him as he performed, and it was strictly a performance.
That's glazing, but that's just shot as well.
Orchestrating the offense and attacking on defense, Bird was quickly becoming the most dominant player in the league.
I want the ball because I'm supposed to produce them situations. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't, but I want the ball in a crucial situation.
Baseline on the sideline, and the guy just gets it and lets it fly. But
All right, Max is going to inbound to the Celtics. Whoever catches that ball is going to have to put it right out. Max looking.
I don't know what to say, y'all. I literally don't know what to say anymore.
So that thing which we sometimes think of as a cliche, that the great player is not just a tremendous performer himself, but that he makes those around him better, applies here.
I think it's the epitome of that statement. And when you talk about Larry Bird, he absolutely makes everybody around him much better.
I agree, brother.
Ahead to Buckner, the left-hander layup. Larry Bird. He's been on a roll, hasn't he? 33 points. What's he got? 16 rebounds, Ray? 15 rebounds, okay. Get the interpretation. Another steal by Bird. There he goes.
Larry Bird King dunk. Nick, stop. Oh my God, boy. People got some nerve, man, for real. Larry Bird King dunk.
45 left. Bird the steal. Lead pass to Maxwell. Say goodnight. So the Celtics increase their record to 18-4 now after 22 games.
The Celtics look like contenders again.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs on the USA Cable Network.
Milwaukee with a 3-0 lead.
Wait, who on the dang? They said the name so fast.
He was swept by Sidney Moncrief in Milwaukee.
Ooh, Sidney Moncrief.
Most of the playoffs on TV last year because the Milwaukee Bucks beat them badly.
The Celtics were swept by the
Ooh,
Bucks,
Marquise.
and the dream of a Celtics dynasty.
That's dude from Gil's Arena Pops, I think. Dang, they swept Bird no?
Was quickly ending.
I might have to watch a game of that.
Years, Larry had brought the Celtics back to the top of the NBA. But by the 1984 season, it had been 3 long years since he'd won a title.
The future was now uncertain, as the Celtics seemed to be wasting their championship potential. But for Larry, the season would be one of his greatest, becoming the best player in the league and leading the MVP charge.
Along with the long hours of practice Bird demands of himself, there are many more demands put on number 33.
Well, he already got a ring with his team, but you know, I mean, you notice he ain't him. And the one thing about all the older players, they're not quick to team hop. Some maybe like Shaq, like Chuck. But I don't know. Can't really say for Chuck, because Chuck carried that Suns team. But man,
living up to what people expect off the court as well as on.
Your era, it was so much more physical, and stuff was just settled on the court.
What you want to do, Larry?
The 80s, when I played, there was a lot of cheap shots, and a lot of it happened after the whistle. Like you're going in and you get fouled, and the guy goes ahead and tries it. That's a free foul.
Angry, and here's Moser. Wait a minute. That's Barkley.
Jay.
Bird as he's being held from behind.
How good was Bird? I don't think people look at him and think,
Bird got down.
The chubby white guy, he wore us out.
Man, you get so much coin for that.
2 against the Knicks and Bernard King, another guy on our list. Averages 30, 11, and 7, including the playoff game of his life up to that point. Game 7 against the Knicks in round 2.
Bird is steal.
Dang, bro, for
the Knicks
real?
were extremely physical. The series would go back to Boston for a Game 7.
Larry Bird takes the first shot of the game.
With his back against the wall, Bird had a playoff career high, 39 points.
Bird. 17 for Larry Bird for 3.
Larry Bird had 39 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists.
Is the matchup between Bernard King and Larry Bird, the two
Nice.
for MVP honors. Look at that.
That is very nice, bro. He cooking.
The crowd is chanting MVP for guess who?
Well, he gets my vote, to tell you the truth, because he does so many things on a
The
basketball.
Celtics were headed back to the finals, and Bird had cemented his MVP case.
The NBA most valuable player is, to sum it up in one word, simply the best.
And when people look for adjectives to describe this year's winner, many insist that he may be the best player ever.
In the finals, the match everyone was hoping for came to fruition.
You know, we were the favorites, and we made our way. They won the East, we won the West. So it's like everybody just get ready, sit back, and let's enjoy it.
At least we got the game in our court, and our fans will be hyped up. And
This is crazy.
It'll be fun.
Of course, you had the.
This is crazy. They played in college. They played in Magic, rookie season, and they playing again. Golly, how many times they playing?
Take over the 80s. The Bird Magic Celtic Laker finals were like the Ali Frazier.
In each of the last 4 NBA World Championship Series, either Magic or Bird has competed. But this is the first time that the two have gone head-to-head for the title.
Well, I was excited.
It's the
to be
first
in
time?
finals, playing against Magic.
Okay.
That was something that I always dreamed about.
But they
since
played
we was in
against
college.
the college
To
too.
Los Angeles, the city of stars and expensive cars.
The 1984 NBA World Championship Series was a media circus.
And then in the finals, against Magic and Kareem and the Lakers.
Game 4, with the Lakers leading the Celtics 2 victories to 1.
Historic struggles between the Lakers and Celtics had defined the NBA.
Down 20 game 4 to even the series.
Bird gets the layup. Boy, how he knifes his way in.
The ratings were off the charts, and the NBA was bigger than ever.
And here's Larry Bird with another rebound. He has 11 in the ballgame. The tip can
What
go
the?
to the Celtics. Here's Bird going for 3, and he has it.
Now, Magic and Bird were writing a new chapter in the rivalry.
He has done successfully. Here's a steal by Larry Bird.
And we always felt that if we played the Lakers, we could always do something here to take the heck out of it.
Here's Kareem, outlet to Worthy. Rambis, Kurt Rambis was clothesline.
Oh, dang, bro.
I think Larry Bird can beat you even if he doesn't score a point on the basketball court.
You get them thinking about if they're going to get hit or somebody saying something, it takes them off their game because they like to get it out, run, and just keep pushing, get in their flow. You got to take them out of that flow.
Bird fights Kareem. Swings the elbow, and now is yelling at Larry Bird. The Lakers' cool was blown. Instead of setting they found themselves retaliating, and their well-honed concentration was disrupted.
Bird had one of the great playoff games ever played.
You know, great players like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson love to be in this situation.
Bird went to the line with a chance to tie it up.
He makes one. And the Celtics tie it up.
The game went to overtime, and Bird would be called upon once again in the clutch.
They'll have to get more scoring from Wilkes and Kareem before it's over. I don't believe it. And there are Celtic fans high-fiving all over the joint now. Points. And the rebounds, the Celtics 33 rebounds to the Lakers 12. He has been sensational. The kid from French Lick, Indiana. He's got 31.
18 on the shot clock. I think the Celtics will use most of the clock here. Nearly a steal by Worthy. Dennis Johnson with Cooper all over him. He can't do a thing. Bird, turnaround.
He moving so fast, and you could call him slow, but
proved to be the game winner.
I see him off balling.
You couldn't give him an inch, or he would just shoot it right in your face. He was dominant.
He low key moving fast, bro. They talking about he moving slow. I don't know.
1983, and he capitalizes on 2 people. One name was Larry Bird. Another name was Magic Johnson.
Playing in extraordinary heat, both teams would have to dig deep.
Boston Garden was a sauna. The place had no air conditioning. And inside, as the temperatures reached into the hundreds, the Lakers tried to relax and stay fresh.
Are entering the hottest place in this city, literally. There is
there's so musty in there.
And the loud and rabid Boston fans cheered them as if on a crusade.
How hot was it in here? Game 5 and Game 7 in '84 against the Lakers.
They said it was 105. All I remember is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the oxygen tank to his face.
The Lakers will have a bottle of oxygen alongside their bench. Larry Bird gets an offensive rebound.
Was an exceptional rebound, averaging 10 rebounds a game for his team.
The score is tied at 26. Game started over 97 degrees here at Boston Garden inside, and I'm sure that's been raised a few degrees.
Bird dominated the rebounds once again, giving his
They
team
playing
the
in the
edge,
sauna.
turning second chances into points.
This is game number 5. A steal by Bird. It's just tied 2 games apiece. And Larry Bird.
Bird scored 34 points.
He probably got sweat all in his eyes shooting all of them.
Haynes finds an open Bird. Takes Rambis. And the Boston Celtics have, in resounding fashion, with a big second half, have trounced the Los Angeles Lakers 121 to 103.
A 34-point, 17-rebound game to go up 3-2.
Bird had an
Man, he just started smoking
extraordinary
the
game,
square.
scoring
You could smoke
34
squares
points
back in
on
the
15
day
of 20 from the field and
in the
grabbing
gym.
17 rebounds.
Back in LA, the Forum was packed.
So on a sunny Southern California afternoon, the Forum is our city. And the Los Angeles Lakers must win here or this season is history.
Usually restrained Forum crowd was in a frenzy. They had seen Boston Garden erupt and went all out for the Lakers.
From the start, the game wasn't close. The Showtime Lakers steamrolled Bird and the Celtics.
Hey. Jelly.
The Lakers' win would send the series to Boston for a Game 7.
Los Angeles Lakers have evened this NBA World Championship Series at 3 victories apiece, and they did it in dramatic fashion.
And Abdul-Jabbar scored 30 points to lead all scorers. Larry Bird had 28. A dramatic victory by the Lakers.
I thought we played like a bunch of sissies. We just didn't do the things that it took for us to win a championship.
Everything is back there to be had.
Some sissies.
The Boston Garden, retired numbers, world championship banners. We have a chance to do something that no other team has ever done. Go back to Boston Garden and win a world championship on that parquet floor.
The series returned east. The Lakers had lost the home court advantage, which rested now with Boston.
Back in the Garden, the heat was on.
Track of the temperature here in Boston Garden, and it says 91 degrees. That's inside. Outside is pretty delightful, Tom.
It's the moment schoolyard players dream about.
Yeah, it's musty enough for sure.
Nights.
The 7th game of the World Championship, where the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers get ready for the World Championship of Basketball 1983-84. It's game number 7.
The fans erupted into thunderous applause.
Well, you said it, no question that Larry Bird, the man the Celtics will live or die with tonight.
And electric atmosphere.
He got up there.
Bird going in. Jack Nicholson does not have as good a seat here in Boston as he does in L.A., Tom. Here's Magic off the mark. Lakers have several chances, and here's Larry.
Let's put the double team. That's just WF. He ran down the whole court.
The steal by Larry Bird. Being right behind Kareem to make the steal. Lakers trying to cut it to 1. And he loses it. Again to Dennis Johnson, who's going in against Cooper again. And this time he's fouled. Dennis Johnson hits the free throw.
Johnson's free throws
What
gave
year
the
is
Celtics
this?
a 5-point lead.
And now a foul. No basket. A foul is called.
Bird is
Won the
flying.
title in 7. He's Finals MVP. They have 2 overtime wins in that series.
The Celtics had done it. World champs.
Final second. Cooper going for 3. It's over.
The fans stormed the court.
The Boston Celtics are the NBA World Champions. 15 world titles. Another banner will be hung from the rafters at Boston Garden.
Bird had defeated his rival Magic, and helped Boston secure its 15th NBA championship.
Larry Bird was chosen the playoff MVP.
It's my pleasure to present the Larry O'Brien Trophy to the NBA World Champion 1984 Boston Celtics. Congratulations to Red Auerbach, number 15. What a way to go.
He was now the undisputed biggest star in basketball.
All your Celtic fans around the country and the whole city, it's just something that's an unbelievable feeling, because it seems like your team, the team that you're on, brought this many people together in a short period of time. And it's just amazing what a championship will do for you.
Yeah, it could turn the city and state around. A chip.
But it was the extraordinary measure of the man that despite the unusually high standards we judged him by, he so regularly exceeded those expectations.
Larry Bird would have another MVP season.
Actually, after winning the World Championship, after being the MVP of the playoffs, MVP of the league, what an honor that is, MVP of the league.
It sure is. You know, after going through a tough season like you do, then at the end you start bringing in awards. It's really a great feeling because you know you accomplished something.
Tonight from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, the Pistons host the Boston Celtics. The season is not even a quarter old, but the world champion Boston Celtics are making a mockery of the so-called title jinx. Since 1967-68, no team has won back-to-back titles, but the Celtics seem determined to buck that trend as they stand alone atop the NBA with a 15-1 record.
Bradley outside on DJ, around to pick Bird. Yes,
and a foul!
Bird the steal. Tips it ahead to McHale for two. Oh, Robinson the board, and the Bullets can take the lead. Bird the steal.
He recorded his 10,000th career point and had pundits proclaiming him better than ever.
Come on, Sal. Come on, Wes.
That is point number 10,000 as Larry Bird has gone over the mark. The Celtic players knew it.
That was awful quick, too. It didn't take him long.
Sure didn't. Just a little over 4 minutes. The ninth player.
Some people around the league say that the Celtics actually are playing better basketball than they did a year ago, winning championship banner number 15. And some are also saying that Larry Bird perhaps is playing even better than a year ago. Is that possible?
It's possible because he's looking to score more.
I always like to take a moment to
59
show young
straight
Jordan
games.
Highlights.
The other guard is from North Carolina.
Yeah, Jordan never lost.
Number 23, Michael Jordan.
Mike Jeff is crazy.
And McHale had a wide open layup.
Ooh.
Here's Jordan.
Oh my God, Lord. Oh, Michael Jordan.
The first true break deep shooter of any year. The first
He is so
star
explosive.
player that it was truly a weapon.
Bird for three. Oh, it's blowout time.
The Celtics were
I need to
a
watch a
well-oiled
Bird
machine.
and Mike game. That'd be fire. Ooh. That'd be so fire.
He forced the shot and he made
You just celebrated your 28th birthday last month, and coincidentally, you were the player of the month in the NBA in December, averaging 27 points a game, 52% field goals, the best ever, 90% of your free throws, getting 10 boards a game, 6 assists, or maybe 7, and also just leading the league in three-point shots percentage-wise.
McHale. No. Rebound to McKenna. Stripped away by Bird.
I ain't even see him steal it. Whoa, I ain't even see him pass it.
Last year they
Wow.
had down here, and we had an up year, and we're playing great, and they're playing great. So I look for us to be in the finals to see who plays the LA Lakers.
The way it's going right now, you're going to be MVP twice in a row, maybe the world champions twice in a row. Larry Bird, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greats of all time.
DJ again to make the inbounds pass. That double team and Bird. Larry fake. Fall away.
Yes.
Because I consider myself one of the better shooters in the world.
Yes, you
When it comes
are.
down to the last second shot, I would rather be taking that shot because over a period of a whole year, you get in the playoffs, I've probably taken, 200,000 or 300,000 more shots than one of my teammates. Now, would you want to go to him, or would you want to go to the guy who's taking that many shots over that course of a year? So I always feel that I'm the guy they should go to because I feel I'm the guy that's going to hit the shot.
All right, here's Dennis. Gets it into Bird.
Yeah, I like that, Larry. To let them know. Let them know.
Got it! Ball game's over. Boston wins.
Bro, Larry Bird is tough, bro.
Just not that seen Larry Bird play. Hey, everybody's seen Larry Bird play.
That's not a high enough percentage. We got
Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe. Kobe.
With position, he fakes it and shoots it good.
Kobe.
Against the Hawks, Bird put on an all-time performance.
Great touch. As Johnson misses a shot, rebound Bird.
Love
Bird
Kobe,
on the baseline.
man.
Great pass.
Moving the ball like magicians.
Oh, what a pass. Great. Larry Bird to McHale. Bird on the drive. The runner. Is good again. You're seeing a greater performance as you'll ever see from Larry Bird. Bird. They open the right side. Bird the follow away. He drills it again. That's the best shooting I've ever seen in the game.
Yes, indeed.
Bird with 52.
Bless me, bless me. I already watched this game. That's why I wasn't looking like
shot
that.
after another.
Hits it again. Bird has 54.
Bird set a new franchise record.
There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds. He got fouled. He hit the shot.
He even had the opposing team giving him cheers.
With 3 seconds, Bird will try another jumper.
60 points.
And hit it at the buzzer. Bird
60
has
points.
60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. Larry Bird scored 60. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life.
Bird won his second straight league MVP award.
World Championship Series. The NBA's most valuable player for the second consecutive year on the Boston Celtics, Larry Bird.
The MVP didn't really, after you win one, to me, it really don't mean that much to win another one. The thing that you try to go for is the championships. Because once you win an MVP award, it's yourself. You're by yourself. Once you win an NBA championship, the whole city's involved.
Ron Anderson in the game for the Cavs in the backcourt replacing World.
The playoffs felt like a formality.
Gets around him, puts it up and in, and a foul to go with it. That is vintage Larry Bird.
Again, he's the defending champ, comes into the playoffs, league MVP again, averages 35 and 11 with 6 assists from round one.
Club. So can this guy.
The Celtics were on a collision course with the Lakers.
Holding. Oh, wow. And they score the goal. Bird into the lane.
Bird low-key is a walking triple-double, just like Jokic.
That count 32 is a phenomenal shot.
They dismantled the Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals, but that Lakers team in '85, nobody was beating them.
They won the East, we won the West. So it's like everybody just get ready, sit back, and let's enjoy it.
And a very pleasant good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, from the Boston Garden, where the Los Angeles Lakers hope to achieve something they have never done. The Los Angeles Lakers, by winning 2 of 3 at home in the new format of the NBA, have achieved a 3-2 advantage. They want to stifle the Celtics here today and be crowned the 1985 World Champions.
107-97, and it's as if no one is at Boston Garden right now. That's how quiet it is. That's got to be the ultimate thrill for the Lakers. Kareem hits again with a skyhook. The Lakers could win their 3rd title, Tommy, in 6 years.
The loss to the Lakers was a sad end to an otherwise historic season for Larry Bird.
Yeah, Magic had a lot of them, boy.
Now that's who this shoe was made for. The Converse Star Attack with the unique unisaddle design.
1986, what many people, not me, but many people consider the best team ever. It's his third straight league MVP. He's going to finish it with another Finals MVP.
With Bird, the Celtics moved the ball as well as anyone. While most of us were born with 5 senses, it would seem that Larry Bird has a 6th, and that has transformed the way the Celtics play basketball. Has a team ever passed better?
Larry Bird, the hick from French Lick, had already secured his place in Celtics lore.
But don't worry when the Celtics return to the road. Their exploits away from Boston Garden have been almost as noteworthy as their near-flawless home record.
Here he go, man.
He guided his team to 2 titles and had won 2 league MVPs.
With a record of 60 wins and 13 losses, these Celtics have every reason to be confident. Today, they'll be shooting for their 27th straight win at home.
They were playing basketball at such a high level.
The Celtics dissected opponents with deadly efficiency.
And the shots are so easy when they come off the pass. Nearly 70% of the Celtics field goals have come that way in the playoffs.
He could affect the game in so many ways that he became a force multiplier.
Cooked.
84 and 86. I thought in 84 we got lucky and came back and beat you guys. But in 86 was a team that I thought was our best team in Boston.
Well, but very little from the inside. Walton to DJ, out to Bird. Larry the runner.
I played on some really good teams, but nothing quite like that one. Bill Walton made a lot of difference.
Walton trying to keep it alive. It's going to be
this Celtics team is widely regarded as one of the greatest teams ever.
But Bill Walton was the key. Bill came in and you know, coming off a lot of injuries for a lot of years, felt relatively healthy. And we felt if we could keep him on the court 10 or 15 minutes a game, we're probably going to win a championship.
Trying to skip it through to Bird underneath. Brian passes it to Walton. Back to Larry. Under to Robert. 2.
Man, Robert is good under that rim, bro.
We stayed pretty healthy. I think Bill played in 80 games that year, and we just felt that nobody could beat us, not in a 7-game series.
Ropes the sideline, then Larry in the middle, off to Parrish.
See? Parrish always open.
And still feel that that's the best team I've ever seen in this league. I'm sure Magic's got a team he liked to throw up against it, but to me personally, I thought that's the best team ever assembled since I've been in the league.
Who getting the ball? Parrish.
And it goes.
Larry took part in the inaugural 3-point competition.
Looks like he's found the mark, Bill.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Larry Bird on his way to victory here in the long-distance shootout.
To no one's surprise, Larry won.
Magic is the one that made us want to play point guard. We have to watch it. But Bird is the one, is the first big man we saw shoot threes.
Okay.
Our winner here in the 3-point long-distance shootout.
Chase had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
The league was brimming with young talent.
Yeah, he did, because Shrimp low-key sold in 87. Shrimp was 1 shot away.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that he will contribute in the clutch time after time after time after time.
Larry Bird continues to play the way he's been playing. He'll be on his way to a 3rd consecutive MVP award. And there are only 2 people who have done that. Their names are Russell and Chamberlain.
Bird. First time I came to be a Boston Celtics, I'm going to go out and play, and Larry walks in and walks right up to me as if he'd been thinking about me all day. He said, "Hey, I get all the shots on this team. Just because Kevin or Chief are not playing, that makes no other opportunities for you. Now get your butt to the weak side and get some rebounds so I can shoot more."
Hey, he was real, bro. I like that by Larry. He was real.
And then when Walton showed up, it just seemed like every game was like you were trying to do some weird thing you've never tried at a basketball court.
Kept it alive to Walton for 2.
Bird played the Blazers left-handed, telling them he was saving his right for the Lakers.
Portland Trailblazers coming up on the schedule. Larry Bird turns to his teammates and says, "You know what, fellas? I'm going to play tomorrow left-handed."
Another left-hander by Larry Bird.
Goes out there and scores 47 points. Not all of them left-handed, but a lot.
Another 2 points with the left hand to Larry Bird if you're counting. He's got 31.
Away from the ball. Dennis Johnson, 10 seconds the clock. You watch it count down. Blazers up by a point.
He dropped 47 on him, including the game-winning shot.
Larry Bird with 3 seconds left. Timeout for Portland.
Bro,
47
what?
points for Larry Bird.
Bird would secure his third straight league MVP.
You now join Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain as the only players in the 40-year history of the NBA to win the league's MVP award 3 years in a row.
Larry Bird joins an elite club, which only includes Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain.
It was a coronation for the Celtics and Bird. A dominant season, a dominant postseason.
The playoffs would be a mere formality as the Celtics dropped only one game on their way to the finals.
They sweep the Bulls in round 1. They beat Dominique in Atlanta in round 2. They sweep Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. So they're 11-1 en route to the finals.
Yeah, that run was one of the greatest runs we ever had in Boston.
And welcome to the aging Boston Garden, an arena that was built back in 1928 for $10 million. You probably know this place now as the center of the basketball universe.
Here at the Boston Garden, where the Boston Celtics and the Houston Rockets get ready for basketball battle in game number 1 of the World Series of Basketball, the NBA Finals.
So welcome to the 1986 NBA Finals. It's the Houston Rockets and the Boston Celtics.
The finals were a beatdown, as the Celtics were simply the best, and no one would deny them their third title.
In those finals, they're playing Houston. He averages in the finals 24 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Is 2 total assists shy, I think it was 2, of averaging a triple-double.
I didn't know Hakeem played in the finals early.
He has 29 and 12 in Game 6 to win the title.
2:38 remaining in a tie score. 12 ties and 16 lead changes tonight. Walton, who's been there before. Bird for 3, hits, and the Celtics lead by 3, and who else but Larry Bird?
We already lost 2 games to them. It's very talented team, but we were the superior team. They were young, and I didn't think they could ever win 2 games.
Danny into Walton. Walton holds it. Back out to Bird. A 3-point field goal to Larry Bird.
Now it's up to us to go out as a veteran team that's been there before and play like we've been there before.
Closing out the Rockets in 6, the Celtics were once again world champions. The Boston faithful were at their best, storming the court, as was the tradition.
They win the title in 1984. They lose in the finals in 1985. They win the title in 1986. Bird is league MVP all 3 years, finals MVP twice.
The city of Boston, after all, has put on more post-NBA championship celebrations than any other city. It should come as no surprise that they know how to do it and do it big for a Celtics championship party.
I had no doubt that I'd be here this year, no doubt at all. There's no doubt in my mind that the Celtics take it all the way.
The most successful team in the history of pro basketball locked up title number 16 on Sunday. The theme for the day was Sweet 16.
Well, if I was working, I should be working for Edison, but Edison's on strike. And even if I was working, I'd be at this party celebrating Celtics World Champs.
Boy, I know they was turned out there.
So Boston celebrates once again. And these fans will tell you, no matter how many banners are hung in the Garden, it never stops feeling good.
A tremendous season. A tremendous celebration.
Larry Bird carried the trophy high, just as he has carried this team to the pinnacle of the game.
The Bird hysteria reached new heights.
87, I went out. Converse wanted to do a commercial with both of us. Okay. I flew out to French Lick, Indiana, where he's from. Converse made a pair of Bird shoes. And then we started talking. Right. Like 2 little boys. Right. And you know, we're similar. We grew up poor. We're both from the Midwest. We love the game. We love to win. You know, on and on and on. And that's when our friendship evolved and grew. And we've been friends ever since.
More commercials, including several iconic ones.
Man, what an era, bro. Y'all had Mike Bird and Magic.
Off the expressway, over the river, off the billboard, through the window, off the wall, nothing but net.
The Celtics raised their third championship banner of the Bird era.
But
the NBA sucks now.
Where else can you wait in line 36 hours to sit behind a pole?
This is probably the best.
Playoffs gonna be interesting though. I do like playoffs.
Larry Legend had solidified his place in history.
Nah, don't get me wrong. I know today's NBA, regular season basketball is really not all that. But playoffs be good because they actually care. You know, they trying to get a ring.
Don Nelson wants a timeout. 8:34, and they're on their feet in the Garden. Celtics by 4. Our Nissan Major Motion play of the game does involve that passing skill of Larry Bird. He gets both the awards.
But the next year, injuries began to attack the Celtics.
The next season would see Boston decimated by injury.
Even shorthanded, Bird carried the Celtics into the playoffs.
Larry will take it. Yes.
Mickey Johnson backed off and Bird accommodated.
On an Easter Sunday, Larry has got 40.
Larry Bird just did a total tune on whoever guarded him. I mean, they try to physical him today, bounce him around. They try to finesse him. Nothing worked.
You left the bad blood on the court for the most part, but not with Lambier. You never really ever liked Lambier in any social situation.
No.
Dang.
And it's because he was a dirty player.
Come on, Bill.
Then in 1987, seemingly exhausted, he has he sweeps Jordan in round 1.
You know, he's one of the guys who shoot a jumper. He tries to slide his foot underneath your ankle so you twist your ankle. And that's why Parrish
Did he really used to do that?
If you watch any of our old games, Parrish was always twisting his ankle against the Pistons.
Dang.
Against the Pistons, Bird had one of his most iconic moments.
Against Detroit, they're tied with the Pistons, 2-2. Averages 36, 10, and 7.
Bird.
Including in Game 7, 37, 9, and 9.
That's crazy.
I want to see how they're going to play the inbound. Are they going to give them an idea of a clear target?
I think I wrote once that out of the 25 greatest moments of my life, I think you're involved in like 7 of them. I think that Bird steals the ball might be in the top 5.
You need to get a better life.
17 seconds to go. Bird set to inbound. Boston down 1. It comes to Dennis Johnson. Dumars.
The pivotal game in the series, and Detroit is up by a point.
Left side Bird. Eyeball to eyeball with Mahorn. Goes baseline.
They got the ball out of bounds. It's in the hands of Isaiah Thomas.
Who's got it? Detroit ball with 5 seconds to go.
All they've got to do is get it in and execute, and the game is over.
I went back to a player, and I seen Lambier go into the baseline, get the ball. And I thought a timeout was coming because I knew they had a timeout left. They could advance the ball, but Isaiah gets it and throws a lob pass.
Thomas wants to get it in quickly.
Oh, he started to pass.
Bird steals the ball. The Celtics win the game.
That boy is different, bro.
balcony is rocking and swaying right now. It's supposed to be made of steel. What a play by Larry Bird.
So that is 4 straight trips to the finals in a period where he's winning all the league MVPs.
If you look at our teams, 4 years in a row we went to the finals.
The 87, that was when Parrish had a sprained ankle. I think Danny had a sprained ankle.
I was the healthiest one on the team.
You were the only healthy one.
In '87, I was the healthiest one on the roster. That's not saying much.
Heading into the finals for the 4th straight year, the Celtics were the walking wounded.
Jelly.
Bird was excellent, but the Lakers were simply too much. Boston was defeated, but Bird still had some magic left in his career.
So I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the
It
play,
ain't his fault,
Give me
though,
the ball until all the rest of the guys get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay. All right. Dennis, you take the ball out, give it to Kevin, then you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way. He goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says, I'm getting the ball. I'm going to put it in the hoop.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, how much did he talk, right?
And where do we go? It's going to go to Bird. Get it. And it's got it. The 3-point field goal. And that's it. It's all over. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? He hit a 3-pointer with no time on the clock, and they win the ball game.
Now, that's what you call arrogance.
He was a trash-talking icon.
Larry was kind of standing. I was probably behind him, like denying him the ball. And they called a timeout. And he turned around and looked at me and said, I'm going to score right here on you.
10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball.
I just looked back and the ball just went in, hit all net. And he said, I told you so.
But the magic of Larry Bird was not on the basketball court, was not in the locker room. It was in his ability to create an atmosphere of excitement wherever he went.
Aiming to win his 3rd straight three-point contest, Bird famously walked into the locker room and asked the competition, which one of you is coming in second?
I said it just to break the ice, but truthfully, I meant it. I mean, I knew I was probably going to win the contest.
Larry won again on the final shot.
Larry Bird at the buzzer with the 2-point ball. 17-15. Defeats the long-distance shootout crowd at Chicago Stadium.
His 3rd title in a row. Back to back to back.
After that 7-game war with Dominique, including that's the Dominique's most famous game, the Game 7 loss to Larry, where Larry scored 20 in the 4th quarter and they move on.
Bird kills you.
Throughout his career, Larry had embodied the Boston grit, blue-collar, hard work, toughness. So when injuries began to diminish Bird's playing time, it felt like the end of an era.
How much longer do you think you're going to play?
Well, Quinn, you know, me and you are probably the only ones that really talked about in depth, but it's really hard for me to say right now.
Larry had 2 jobs his last 7 years of playing. It was playing basketball, and then it was him being committed to taking care of his back.
His 13th season with the Celtics, and lately those seasons have been difficult owing to both back and heel injuries. He's missed the Celtics' last 8 games, and he won't be in uniform for their game later today against the Spurs.
The final years of Larry's career was a story of never-ending injury.
13 years of hard work, sweat, toil, and pain produced fame and fortune for one Larry Joe Bird.
In 88-89, you played like only 6 games. Right. You were recovering.
And then in 1989, he has bone spurs and back issues, and that's basically the end. But what an unbelievable 10-year run.
Bird was forced to miss more and more time.
Damn.
After 13 seasons, Larry Legend's body could take no more.
The show does not go on for Larry Bird. The Super Celtic has walked off the floor for the final time as a player. The chronic back problems forced his retirement.
You know, I would like to play it a little bit longer, maybe a year or two more, but there's just no way possible I was going to be able to do that. So today I'm retiring, and I'm still going to be around, but not in the capacity I once was.
The words legend, great, best, they were used often, but maybe Pat Riley said it best. Pro basketball has just thrown away the mold. After 13 seasons, at age 35, Larry Bird retired Tuesday in Boston.
For his career, 24, 10, and 7 in the playoffs.
Bird's number was hung in the rafters.
Oh, yeah, it
But
better
his
be.
basketball journey wasn't quite finished.
For more than half a century, the U.S. was so dominant in basketball that its collegiate players were all that was needed to win the gold.
And here's the frosting for the USSR. They win it 82-76.
Those other countries were using pros. Playing against 18, 19-year-old kids. That is really unfair.
Loss after loss.
It
For
is.
U.S. basketball at the
Two different
The
age
Olympics
gaps.
would now allow professional athletes to compete for the first time, opening the door for the formation.
What?
There was an idea.
It was hate.
Called the Avengers Initiative.
Moments ago, the Dream Team boarded the bus outside their hotel along the Romulus.
I kept thinking that the attention would dissipate. They're going to play the first game. They're going to win by 60.
A team unlike any other.
A 6'6" guard, Michael Jordan.
The guy on the bench is taking pictures.
What may well be the best basketball team ever assembled.
The Dream Team was assembled, and Larry Bird got one last moment in the sun.
So suddenly the lead stretches to 15.
Oh,
Hey.
The Dream Team is credited with bringing NBA basketball to the world.
Tim Hustle, number 14 with the score.
Ooh.
That's what people have been waiting for. Hello.
An entire generation of kids in Europe watched the Dream Team in awe.
Prior to the U.S. beating these teams by 60 points, they pose at midcourt.
It's a watershed moment in the history of sports. Not just the Olympics, not just
Nice.
basketball.
Hey.
The Olympics were a send-off to one of basketball's all-time greats.
Yes, look at these numbers. 31 straight points at one stretch, 46-1 run by the United States.
It gave birth to international stars who had nothing to do with those games in '92.
The legend, Larry Bird.
Nobody brings it home like Joe Vincent. Nobody.
W movie, man. Larry Bird. You know, 2 rings. But it's okay, bruh. His health didn't go the way he wanted to, but still won some. We gotta watch a Magic Johnson film next. Anyway, it's your boy Cal. Try some more bangers. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Oh, and that was fun to watch.